So, good afternoon. Certainly, it's just a great feeling. Night and day from losing. There's nothing harder than that. And just really, really good and happy for our team. Really proud of the guys. The biggest thing this week was getting back on our feet and going back to work. And because, the schedule's not going to go away. So, just really, really pleased with the way the guys prepared, the way they kept focused on things that were important. And certainly today showed up and competed the full 60. It wasn't perfect, but it was really a good effort by everybody. And, to that point, I thought we really played good complementary football today. And that's when we do that, it gives us a chance to have good outcomes. And, whether it be the kicking game, which, we thought we had some opportunities there. Reese punted really well. That first punt was a really big thing for us. Obviously, the field goals, Drew did a great job there. And then I think the return game really was a big factor in the game, too. And we were hopeful that we'd have some opportunity. We just done a good job returning those things. And, we thought with the hang time that their kickoff guy and punter had that we might have some chances. So the guys did a great job there on top of it. And then huge play in the game in my mind was Jamari's interception. They're driving the ball down there. We're down about the 25, something like that, and he came up with that pick, and then we come back and get a field goal off that. So just a lot of good complementary football, guys playing, feeding off each other a little bit, and just, proud of the way the guys responded and have responded this way. So good second half for us, certainly, and just, again, feels good to get the win. Feels great to be in Kenneck and get the win here, and just want to compliment our fans. I thought they were a really big part of the game. They were really into it, really loud, and appreciate that a great deal. So that's it. I'll throw it out.
We'll start with Elliot and go to John.
Hey, Kirk. Elliot Clough, Hawkeye Beacon. It's just kind of feels like it's getting to a point where, well, Caleb Johnson did it again. I guess, is that how it feels to you? Because it was a great start to the season, and now it's consistency.
Yeah, I think I've said this a couple times, but it just ties in with the theme. I think he's really year three tends to be a year, just in general terms, where guys really start to get traction. And he's done some good things over the last couple of years, but the consistency right now, and not only what you see on the game field, but the way he prepares, the way he practices, he's doing a really good job. And it's just maturity, I think, and really having a better grip on where maybe to be looking and what to be focused on instead of wasting time on some other stuff. And he's really done a great job there, really setting up blocks, helping, being patient, and he's running tough, and that's a big part too. He's starting to learn how to use what he has, and that's a good thing for everybody.
John Sapp, Rapids Gazette, 200 career wins, pretty small group of coaches who get to that point. What does this mean to you?
Two things. I mean, the honest answer is like I was really more focused on us getting 4. I didn't want to think about being at 3-3 right now, and that's it's just how it works in season. Everything's week to week, and one thing in any league, certainly in the NFL and certainly in college football, if you lose back to back, it really makes things hard. So that's kind of just a staple. But it's all about getting back on your feet and getting back in the fight, and our guys did a great job of that. And then as far as the 200 part, it's just you got to be lucky. You got to be in the right place. First of all, you got to be with a lot of good people, and that's coaching staff and support staff. A lot of people are involved in this. And I've worked with nothing but great coaches my entire career. I've been lucky wherever I've been. And then most importantly, the players. And just got off the radio with Pat Anger, being on there with Gary, and you got Jonathan Babina, who great to have the 014 back here. And Jonathan, to me, almost epitomizes what it is, because he had 3 really good years here. He had 2 where he couldn't play. 01, he missed it the entire year with a broken leg from spring ball, and then in 03, couldn't finish the year out. And then goes on and plays 12 years in the NFL, raising a family. Just what a great, awesome guy. Plus, he's a golfer, which is 2 D linemen, him and Claiborne. I'm off on a tangent here, but anyway, like that's what the game's about. The guys you get to work with, and having all those guys out there today, because that team, boy, it was all about response that year. That was much fun. We were 2-2. I think there was some negativity back then too, So anyway, but it was week to week. And that's what's going to be the rest of the way for us this week, this season as well.
Scott Hawkeyes, The Athletic. Wanted to ask you about, 200 wins obviously means a lot to you, but also to your players, past and present. What have you taken away from them? How have they helped you get to this spot, not just by winning, but by as you said, 2014 was, really struggled through adversity.
Yeah.
This team struggled through adversity last week, but you did in 20, 16, and on. How much have they influenced you to help you get to this position?
Let's be clear, if we didn't win, I wouldn't be here right now. So it's just how it works, and it always has. Sometimes, coaches are supposed to be in front, and they're supposed to be the ones, setting the tone, all that stuff. But a lot of times, we feed off of our players too. And losing doesn't seem to get any easier. It's just very distasteful, and it just kind of affects everything you do in life. Yeah, I really, I don't start feeling any better, at least until we get on the field. And then you're around the guys, we're doing what we like to do. So that's like the start of it, but it lingers, and it really does until you get back on the field and compete. But, I mean, the best part about coaching always has been working with players. And, again, I've been so fortunate where, the guys I've worked with on a day-to-day basis have been really good folks. And, we learn from our players all the time. And if our parents learn from their kids too, sometimes some of those things are interesting. But, so you do. And all the stories, a guy like Jonathan Bobineau, how did he stay so positive? And he just did. He just kept coming back and sticking with it. So Pat Anger went through a lot of stuff during his career, and that's real life. But that's what the game teaches you.
Chad?
With the season that Caleb Johnson is having, do you feel like it's a valid conversation to put him in the category with what Sean Green did in 2008? I know we're halfway through here, but he's over 900 yards now.
Yeah, I'll tell you exactly what I told him a couple weeks ago. Because somebody gave me something about Heisman, some article about him being in the Heisman race or whatever. This is like 3 weeks into the season. And I said, it's awesome what you're doing. So proud of you, and all of us are. Because he's not just playing good. He's practicing well. He's just been so wired in. And but I pointed out to him, like Sean Green did it week after week after week, 12 times. The only guy in the country to do it that year. So as much as everybody likes to talk about things, and believe me, I'm so pleased with the way he's playing, but it's all about the run of the race, the whole race. That's why we got 12 games on the schedule. Our team will get evaluated the same way. I know we like to come to conclusions every now and then, good or bad, but it's really about how the whole thing goes. And that's part of him understanding, seeing the big picture. Doesn't mean he's going to stay on the tracks, but he's been great, and he was great again today. And so I'm not surprised, because I see him act that way every day. Just he's focused on the right things. Which gives him a chance, and I mean he has a legitimate chance to. What'd you say he's got 900?
More than that.
We're halfway right now, so I mean that's pretty impressive. I think that's about as good as we've had, right? I'm guessing. I'm not a big stat guy, but that's pretty good.
Adam Chobey, Hawkeye Beacon. Block kick in the first quarter by Y.A. Black, 2 turnovers by the defense, 3 fourth-down stops. How big of an effect does it have on the rest of your team when the defense is coming up with big play after big play? Those
are all good things, and really pertinent in the fact that we didn't start out well. Like they drove it first 2 times, drove it right down the field, and that was a little disconcerting. When you see them possess the ball like that, they not only possess the ball, but they're moving it. So you get a little concern there, but again, coming up with the plays when you need them in the field goal. We thought there might be a chance on that as well. Not to say that Coach Woods called the shot, but he saw some things that maybe would have a chance if things pan out right, and they have to. And then just keep working. You keep working, but those things are all good things. Getting the stops on downs. The score got away a little bit, so they had to do that. And once we got it to where we were pretty sure like they're going to have to throw the ball, it made it a little bit easier for us to play. But they did a great job, and they've been doing it all year. They've moved the ball on everybody this year.
Mike Loss, the Gazette. Kirk, do you have a favorite kind of win? I would assume that bouncing back after a loss like last week's would be that kind of win, but how would you describe it?
Yeah, it ties in what I said. I mean, losing, and it seems like the older you get, the more distasteful it is. And Mary said that like 40 years ago. She said to me, one day, she goes, it seems pretty simple. If you guys win, everything's good, and if you lose, everything sucks. And that it really hasn't changed. I know fans get upset when we lose. I get that, and everybody's looking for reasons, but it's all about trying to move forward, and get better, see what we can do to fix things and get better. But if you don't have the right kind of guys around you, it's tough. So, you know, just proud of our guys. They go to work and, you know, just keep pushing things.
Kirk, wanted to ask you about injuries. I saw both Stevens and Abu. Any other injuries after this one? besides
He's
that?
got an ankle, yeah, and then Hayden Large, you know, tried to go in pregame and just, you know, he couldn't go. He's got an ankle too, so I don't think anything significant, but hopefully get him back here next week.
Kirk Cashman with the Des Moines Register. Game 1 to game 6, where are the biggest areas you feel like this team has grown, and where are the areas you feel like there's still room for more?
Well, I think in a lot of areas, and that's good news. You know, I think offensively we're gaining ground, not where we want to be yet, but we're getting there and did some good things. I think Cade continues to look more and more comfortable with what he's doing, making good decisions. He made a good one in the run game today. That one down to our right. Caleb's it was a either-or type situation. He saw that beautifully. So, you know, but I think a lot of areas, you know, our backup defensive linemen are starting to come on and get some traction. They're getting a lot of work out there, and that's been good. You know, so, and today our special teams were good. But every area we need to be more consistent. That's probably the biggest thing here as we go forward.
Scott Docterman again from The Athletic. This is the 5th time in 6 games you rushed for 200-plus yards. You said earlier in the year, you can't obviously microwave the offensive line, maybe put it on the grill, and now it has a good flavor to it. Where do you think things stand with the offensive line, particularly in the running game, and how much do they complement Caleb and vice versa?
Yeah, it's mutual. I mean, it's everybody, and the receivers get involved in that too, and the tight end. So it's everybody being involved and doing a good job. But yeah, we're and I said this back in August. You know, pretty confident we're a better line up front now. We're more confident. We're more mature physically, and you know, outside of Bo, I mean, we've been healthier, which is a good thing too. So, and Tyler Ellsbury jumped in there and did a really nice job. So that was good to see that. But yeah, I mean, it's complimentary, and I thought our protection for the most part was better today too. Not that we threw a lot, but you know, they hit us on that one blitz. I think it was. You know, it looked like somebody came off underneath, not the blitz guy, but the other guy. But yeah, overall, we're making strides, and we still got room to go, and that's the best part about it right now. We're still at the halfway mark, and I think our whole team can get better if we keep our eyes where they need to be.
Okay, 3 more questions. Start with John.
Dayton Howard gets his first career reception. It's a touchdown. What have you seen from him over these last 2 years?
Young guy, you know, with potential, and he felt bad about the penalty too, and he should. Because just pointing out to him, like, you know, they're kicking it now. We're kicking it now from over here instead of over there. And today it didn't matter, but, you know, if the score is tighter, that would be consequential. But, you know, it's been good to have him out there. We think he's a good prospect, and I think it's kind of reflective of our whole group with the receivers right now. Reese has done a good job. You got Dayton out there. You got Jerry, 2 young guys that aren't playing a ton right now, but they're doing a good job and improving in practice. We've just been better, certainly, and Gil's been doing a good job too. So I think you know, I think we have room for improvement here, and that's an area that should continue to improve over the next 6 weeks if we practice well.
Lynn.
So, Coach, was there any confusion on Washington's field goal before halftime, and you decided like to challenge it even though it wasn't reviewable? Can you talk about your thoughts on that?
I mean, Jay, the only reason I pursued a little bit, Jay Higgins swore it was not any good. He had a better seat than I did, certainly. You can't see anything from the sideline. But anyway, yeah, it was worth a shot to no avail, like a lot of replays. So, anyway, yeah. I think we actually got a replay, though, that went in our favor. Wasn't it like on a 4th down or something, 3rd down?
I'm going to take the 3rd question. Is that all right?
Well,
I just want to, on behalf of the university, congratulate and thank you for the 200 wins. And I know this milestone, you know, Coach isn't big on the record books, and you heard him give credit to everybody. But it means a lot to all of us. And I just, you know, how this has impacted when you think about those moments, 200 moments for all those student athletes and all of us fans that have lived those with you. And I'm grateful I've gotten to get a few, and he's got more to go. So congratulations,
Thanks,
Coach.
Beth.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay.